You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Sunday the 12th of October 2025. It is 20 days after the fall equinox. It is 70 days before the winter solstice. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 21st day of Vendémiaire, the day of the chanvre, of hemp. The sun rises today at 7:04 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:42 p.m. The sun sets today at 6:19 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 6:47 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 7:19 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 37 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning gibbous phase and is 62% full at midday. The third quarter will arrive tomorrow. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the wee hours, high tide, 2:53 a.m., 1 meter 43. In the morning, low tide, 8:45 a.m., 21 centimeters. In the afternoon, high tide, 3:11 p.m., 1 meter 68. At night, low tide, 9:39 p.m., 12 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals, on a wet day when the gentle rain comes down as a steady mist and the fallen leaves are musty and damp, domestic dogs on their walks are enraptured by the smells around them. Water vapor traps the scent molecules and amplifies the odors. Scents linger longer and are much more pronounced. So suddenly, your dog is intent on sniffing the ground, sensing the trails of other dogs and animals that have passed by. With their powerful sense of smell, they are suddenly immersed in an exponentially more pungent world. Commemorations. A somber anniversary. On this day in 1492, Christopher Columbus first made landfall in the Americas, on the island of Guanahani in the Bahamas. His arrival would unleash a cascade of apocalyptic disease and violence on the native peoples of the Western Hemisphere. It also set in motion the modern interconnected world we now inhabit. On this day in 1915, former President Theodore Roosevelt delivered an address to the Italian fraternal organization, the Knights of Columbus, at Carnegie Hall in New York City. In it, he called for immigrants to assimilate fully as Americans. In his address he said this: "There is no room in this country for hyphenated Americanism. A hyphenated American is not an American at all. Americanism is a matter of the spirit and of the soul. Our allegiance must be purely to the United States." He made it clear he was not denigrating those born abroad, but he advocated making a clean cut from one's country of origin. Clearly, he did not believe in what Mayor David Dinkins would later call our gorgeous mosaic, a nation of people who, in their differences, together build a beautiful city and nation. On this day in 1960, Nikita Khrushchev, first secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, famously banged his shoe on his desk at the United Nations General Assembly here in New York. It was a protest at a speech by the Philippine delegate Lorenzo Sumulong that was critical of the Soviet treatment of nations in Eastern Europe. On this day in 1963, the Latino All-Star Game took place at the Polo Grounds in Manhattan. It was the very last event to take place at the stadium before it was torn down. 14,000 people attended the game, which was a celebration of Latino culture. Latino players from both leagues participated. The National League beat the American League 5-2. As part of the celebration, Tito Puente performed a concert as well. Today is celebrated as Hafez Day in Iran. It celebrates the 14th century Persian poet Hafez. His ghazals explore love, spirituality, and protest, and many of his poems are used as proverbs or sayings in Iran and the diaspora. Happy Hafez Day. And that is the Observatory, Sunday the 12th of October, 2025.